Prashant, you've been working for 6 years. Tell us about the artificial intelligence and what Qure.ai does. Tell us your journey.
Thank you, and it's an honor to be in presence of this group. And Mr. Bachchan, happy 80th birthday in advance. I know it's coming up next week. I wanted to talk about what we do. In fact, we are addressing precisely the problem that you're talking about, Mr. Bachchan, that a lot of times you don't have access at the point of care. And what we do is build artificial intelligence algorithms which can automatically interpret radiology images. So X-rays, CT scans, ultrasounds, we can interpret that automatically within a minute at the point of care. So if you take an X-ray, the algorithm is interpreting that immediately and producing a result. And this is something that is now WHO endorsed, where WHO has basically said that AI can be a replacement for a human reader. And you can basically read an X-ray, identify tuberculosis. In fact, one of the problems that we're addressing is tuberculosis. So we can interpret tuberculosis on an X-ray and immediately provide a result. And this is something where, I'll talk about one of the examples from across the world. One example specifically from Philippines that we have seen is that we are able to reduce the time that it takes to read an X-ray from 4 to 5 weeks to a single minute. So now what used to take about 4 or 5 weeks can be interpreted in a minute, and we are able to read that X-ray. And think about it, this is something which takes a human being 30 years of training to become a radiologist. And we are now building artificial intelligence which can interpret that X-ray and do that very accurately in a very short amount of time. And this is, as I mentioned, part of the WHO protocol. And this is one of the solutions. Again, there are solutions that we have which can detect lung cancer early. So on a chest X-ray, we can identify nodules, identify a lung cancer risk, and be able to diagnose those earlier. And that becomes, again, a massive opportunity because lung cancer is one of those conditions where by the time you get diagnosed, the mass is pretty big in the lung, and it's too late. It's too late to treat that patient. So if you're able to diagnose lung cancer early on a routine X-ray, so we all take X-rays for so many reasons. We can diagnose that lung cancer or at least identify lung cancer on that routine X-ray, and then get that patient to a CT scanner, get a CT, get a biopsy. You can radically change lung cancer diagnostics, and that is exactly what we're doing now in partnership with AstraZeneca across the world in about 21 countries. And then we also work on stroke, which is one of those conditions where you want to be able to treat that patient quickly, because every minute that passes by, brain cells are dying. And what we do again is that the CT scan that is taken at the hospital, we deploy our algorithm on that, and within a minute we can alert the doctors that there is this patient who's got either a bleed or an infarct or all the different indications on that CT scan. So that is the technology that we have built out at Qure.ai. And today we are in about 62 countries at about 700 plus hospitals. And scaling this up, we are actually, till now we have reached more than about 1.2 crore patients. And this year alone, we are probably going to process about 60 lakh patients through our technology. So,
wow.